Have you been told that Cargill will not close its plant completely down?
Yes, but the loss of revenue is as stated.
I understand. I don't think it's been publicly discussed, but there will be one unit of Cargill employees currently remaining on the job, about 50. That unit will continue to use utility services, not in the same form or the amount, but they will still be there. In addition, there are talks occurring right now with Cargill to have the plant that's scheduled to be closed purchased for reuse. I don't know how those are going to materialize, but those talks are there. There are also talks about perhaps that unit will be shut down and demolished. All I'm saying is we don't know what the future holds, but there will be a footprint of Cargill still in this community, which could rise again under new ownership and leadership, or yet indeed it could be torn down. So for that reason, I'm going to maintain my vote not to approve the rate increase. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Flynn.
Thank you. President Collins, if I'm understanding what you and Mr. Lowry were talking about, not that previous time, that we're going to have a $1.75 rate increase coming at us next year no matter what?
That's an estimate. We won't know for sure until about, I guess, 10 months from now, but that's the estimate, yes, sir.
Okay, and we're just going to do it in, slow turning of the knob with 35 cents here and then the $1.40. I mean, there's no savings to this now.
Savings?
Well, I'm just trying to understand why why we would raise it now and not wait for the estimate to come in, because if it comes in later, I don't see how we're materially impacted negatively on that.
It impacts cash flow, and it impacts cash flow to the tune of $1.8 million. And we have very low water rates as compared to other utilities across the country. And our cash levels are not very high. So this has an impact on cash. And so to help minimize that impact, and because most of the water expenses are fixed expenses, it seems prudent that we would want to minimize that loss of cash and maintain revenue. This rate increase does not increase our revenue.
No.
What it does is it brings us closer to where we have been, but not 100% whole.
I understand, and I understand that our water rate is low, and I understand that it's going to have to go up when you lose a major client, which is like us losing a bunch of population. That's just what's going to happen. But I don't understand the timing of it. And you're making the cash flow. Is it going to send us into negative cash flow?
No.
It's just going to thin the margin?
It just makes the hole a little bit deeper to climb out of. It makes the hole a little bit deeper to climb out of because you lose some of that cash that you would otherwise not lose if you restored that $1.8 million for 2015. Otherwise, that's $1.8 million of cash difference, which is lost.
But that's what's confusing me, is it doesn't seem like it affects the whole. You're saying right now we're going to have a 35 cent and a $1.40 increase, the two increases combined, which is 175, or we can wait until next year and it'd be 175. So the whole is the same.
Well, the difference is that there's $1.8 million of revenue that you would lose in 2015 and never get back if you waited until next year to increase the water rate.
And what is the impact of that on operations? If you just said it's not going to be negative cash flow,
no.
So we're not going to be going negative. What would we do with that 1.8 million?
It just maintains our cash flow level, which is not rich by any measure. We have a very conservative operation in terms of cash flow, so this just helps us to maintain that level, which again is not a huge amount of money.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flynn. Any other council member? Seeing none, the vote's already been set up, so please vote on item 36. This is the water rate increase. Please reveal the vote.
Boyd, yes. Brown, no. Collins, no. Conrad, no. Flynn, no. Ford, no. Fully Love, no. Halbert, no. Harris, no. Hedgepeth, no. Lowry, no. Morrison, no. Chairman Strickland, no.
Item 36 fails. Do we adjourn or recess out of rate making?